Yeah, Kiran. How much will this cost SPI Cinemas and over what time frame will these be set up?
I think it should, cost in the range of, a typical Atmos installation should cost in the range of between 25 and 40 lakhs. Having said that, some of our screens, the larger screens, can even cost a little more. So this we would intend to complete it within 6 months by the end of the year. It's a laborious process to actually do it because all the speaker locations, all the speaker installations have to be modified. The cinema has to be shut down and actually, and a modification has to be done. The larger screens will probably take the most time. I think the big screen of Satyam, which is the 1,000-odd seater, that's going to take the most time because and the most expensive. And that could, I can't even estimate that. And I think it's probably could cost maybe 70, 80 lakhs at least to do that.
With the ticket prices controlled here, do you expect your break-even point to be much longer time?
No, I don't think we're looking at a break-even point. We're thinking of, how do you enhance the customer experience? Now, how that, comes back to us economically, I can't really predict. But, we've always done that. We've always, done the thing done what's right for the customers. And we believe, even if we are not able to charge more, we have more people coming to the cinema and coming to our cinemas.
Reddy, how much of your existing equipment can be reused for this, or?
Let me think of that. To answer the question, I think on the sound side, the existing processor will not be used, so this will be a completely new processor. The speakers and amplifiers, the stage speakers, you can use some of the existing stage speakers, but the surround speakers, you'll have to change them pretty much entirely because what you require for Dolby Atmos is much more powerful speakers. Each speaker, as opposed to a bank of speakers producing a sound earlier, each speaker here has to be individually able to produce a sound that's heard across the auditorium. So you need much more powerful speakers, so all the speakers will have to be changed. And the wiring has to be changed completely.
Pankaj, does it cost more for a filmmaker to mix the sound in the Atmos?
I don't think particularly so. I think it's a different mix. It's just mixing in a studio that's equipped with Atmos. So, I assume that the more mix studios that are equipped with that, I think the price will, there will be a price point that can't be significantly over what mixing costs today.
Mr. Pankaj,
just add to that, there are two ways to do an Atmos mix. What happens is traditionally what's in the beginning is you first do a 5:1 mix and then you do an Atmos mix after that. But what Hollywood has already started doing, and we will also get there very soon, the tools are already available, is you do one Atmos mix and you derive a 5:1 mix directly out of that. And what that does is that you don't even have to spend any extra time doing it. If you were to do two separate mixes, there'd probably some more time. But once you start doing a single mix, which has already started with the last few Hollywood movies have been done in that way, starting with Oblivion, where there was a single Atmos mix, and the 5:1, 7:1 was derived out of the Atmos mix.
Okay, what has been the response for this product in India? How many screens are there with your systems and your order position?
So right now in India we have 5 screens currently installed. 3 of them in Chennai. There's 2 in Mumbai. The 6th one in Hyderabad is in the process of getting installed right now. But I just like to point out that as far as the commercial product is concerned, we've started shipping this only in early May. So we initially set out to do about 5 installations in the early phase in India, which we've completed. And now this product is commercially available. So going forward, we expect to have more screens.
How do you plan to market? How do you plan to market?
So in terms of marketing affairs, it's always in partnership with our partners. So we would work with SPI Cinemas very aggressively to market the format to consumers. Ultimately, it's an experiential format. People have to experience it, and that's the best way to market this technology is have great content being played in theaters, and with the Atmos experience. And what we've seen is consumers have a very strong preference to that experience. And I think especially in Chennai, some of the research we've done shows that audio is a very important part of the consumer's decision to select a theatre. So it's a very important part of their cinema experience.
Is it an outright sale or any revenue sharing arrangement is there between Dolby and other theatres?
It's an outright sale. It's no revenue sharing.
Just a question here for gentlemen. What would you say would be the shelf life of this technology? And as an exhibitor, is that a concern for you when you're making such a large investment?
Well, that's actually the reason why we invest in this technology. This is the technology of the future. And if I think about it, this is the way I think sound should have been. So for 20 years, sound is, I think there's been incremental improvements in sound for the past 20 years. I don't think there's anything significant. I don't know when 5.1 came out. What was the early 90s? From then onwards, there's actually nothing significant that's happened with sound. So any of the formats that you talk about that incrementally improve on are technologies that are not going to last very long. Where the 5.1 can become 7.1, which it has right now. Then the people are talking about 11.1, 13.1. They're all channel-based sounds. The new generation of technology is an object-based sound. So you don't think about how many channels, but you think about where can I place my sound in a room. That's the way you hear things, and that's the way you want to hear cinema sound. There's no reason why it should be different. So when we pick technology that is the next generation, so that the shelf life of that would be really long. And I think, it will be a while before you get, if you go by history, then it's a 20-year cycle, but I don't hope not. Maybe at least for 10 years, and then you find something that's substantially superior to this.